but I don't know how long I can stay on. Should I get my iPad? I feel like I should. Okay. How is your summer going, everyone? Sushi Sashimi. Hi, how are you? How is everyone's couple days? Thanks for coming on, even though it's not my scheduled time. There's nothing I could do. I have a kid for summer. She's finished summer school, so now I got things to do. You know, I'm going on vacation. I'm kind of busy, but it's a lot of things. Anyways, how are you? How are things? It's always good to see you too, Azid. I think I'm saying that right. I'm sorry. Maybe we'll go with 8CS. I am doing good. That's good. I'm going to a national park tomorrow, so I wasn't excited, but now I kind of am. I had to pack with my kid. She got her own little suitcase, and then I was like, usually I pack for her. God, it's hot. But today I was like, you can do it. So then now she's doing it for herself, so it's great. Visiting the Caribbean now. The Caribbean? Oh, okay. That's cool. Don't make me... Sorry, I must go. Have fun. Bye. Don't be sorry. Thanks for coming on. Yeah. Have fun. Enjoy your life. Go, go, go. You know, like I always tell you, touch grass. This is one of those times. I'm proud of you. Good. Enjoy. Keith, you're on. I love that. I hope you're not up all night tonight. I don't know. What time is it over there? Australia, right? Man, I'm learning a lot about you guys. That's good. I'm not staying on very long, but I'll stay on for a little bit. I just wanted to let you guys know. God, it's really hot today. What did I want to talk about? I had some stuff. Oh, let me see. I zoomed to the bottom. 4 a.m. Okay, well, did you wake up to be here, or were you already up, or did you just wake up at 4? Because I wake up at 4 every single day. So like, well, not every single day. I wake up at 4 to 6 a.m. every single day. So that's normal for me. I don't know if that's normal for you. There's nothing better than being here with you. Oh, thank you. You okay, Ace? I'm okay. It's really hot. I've been better. I've been worse. I don't think, let me see. Am I okay? I think so. I think I could be worse. I could be better. I'm excited for I'm going to a national park with my kid. Look, it's Billy. And my husband. So it'll be fun to go on vacation. I don't know if it's fun. It's work to go on vacation. But she likes nature and I love nature. So it'll be really fun to do that just because I love nature. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm just kind of tired, like I have a lot of creative pursuits I'm going through right now, which I'm excited for. Like I'm going to do some more long form videos because I'm excited for long form videos, but it's just a lot of editing, a lot of processing. And though I'm using ChatGPT to help me like organize my thoughts, it's still kind of a lot of stuff, especially during summer because I have my daughter and we just been doing a lot of stuff. Like I'll be going hiking with her. I've been going to the beach. We've been swimming at my in-laws' place. So I'm just a little tired. It's a lot waning. I'm trying to take it one day at a time, but I'm such a workaholic. It's hard. I mean, Keith, you work a lot, don't you? So there you go. I was already up watching something here. There you go. Caster. Yes, okay. Keith, look at you guys being together. Okay. I had one joke I had two jokes. I had one that is inappropriate and one that's like more appropriate. So I'll go with the first one that is more appropriate. I might as well say it. I used to do squats in my 20s to be hot, you know, to be like super fly, to be fit, to be sexy, you know? And now that I'm in my 30s, I do like squats and like weightlifting to prevent osteoporosis. So old. And I know most of my fans are men, and you guys don't know what I don't know if you guys know what osteoporosis is, but like for females, like we at 30 plus, we lose our bone density. I think you just stop creating, but I don't know how it works, but you lose it if you don't do squats. So I only literally do sets of weightlifting because I want to prevent osteoporosis. So that's that made me sad. Actually, I enjoy getting older because I can make these jokes. It's just really funny. I love old people jokes. You know, I don't have a lot going on for me. Like, I used to be more unattractive. I've talked about this. I used to be more unattractive. So I used to make funny, like, ugly people jokes or, like, you know, I'm so ugly jokes. Those are really fun for me. But I can't make those jokes anymore. And then, so anyways, I'm glad I can make old people jokes. As I get older, it's only going to get worse. that's that's nice. I enjoy that. Okay, let's see. Working on my Discord. What do you mean you have a Discord? I didn't know that. Let us know when the Discord is done. Oh, okay. You have a new Discord. I want to join. Osteoporosis humor is the best humor. That's what I'm saying, Caster. Hang on a minute. No worries. Are you sure it's the best humor? I think so. I think it's funny, Claudia, to make fun of getting older. And nothing you could do, you know? You might as well lean into it. I don't know. It's not the best humor. I had one other joke that I think is quite inappropriate, but I didn't want to say it in front of everyone. But I might as well say it. I don't know. You guys tell me. Should I tell this joke? If 3 people say yes, then I'll say the joke because it's kind of messed up. It's a messed up joke. As it that the hands means not yes or no. That's Caster's one. And then I'll tell another joke. So I've been very lucky. Oh, Logan says yes. All right, fine. You know, that's 2, that's 3. That's fine. That's fine. Sorry, Billy is like playing with the stand. I'm sorry. Oh, hi, Logan. Are you new here? Welcome. Okay, let me tell you the joke. What was the joke? Okay, so I was watching Mr. Ballin, and if you guys don't know, he tells like mystery, strange, dark, mysterious, whatever. That's his channel. He tells these kind of stories, and I hope you guys don't. This is an awful joke. Okay. But I'm not the murderer. Okay, so don't like make me feel bad for telling this joke. You guys wanted to hear it. Okay. So then, this Canadian, he was killing all these like prostitutes, these sex workers all around. I don't remember, I think Vancouver. And then he actually had a pig farm. So he was kind of wealthy-ish. I think he landed on some money, and then so he had parties, and then he would invite all these sex workers, and they would come, and he would like inject antifreeze into them, and then that's how he would like kill them. Anyways, to get rid of all the bodies, he fed them to his pigs, which he distributed all around Canada. Anyways, so I watch a bunch of these things and they kind of fucked with my head. And then I was eating pork the other day with my husband, and I was like, oh my God, I can't eat pork without thinking about, you know, people being in the pork, being, you know, I'm eating human basically. And then he was like, don't think like that. That wasn't true. That's not a thing. And I was chewing on it, and I was like, hooker. Tastes so good. Okay, that's the joke. I thought it was funny. He thought it was crazy. Well, he didn't think it was that crazy. He laughed. It was so inappropriate, he laughed. Anyways, I thought it was an inappropriate joke, and I didn't want to tell it. But you know what? You guys asked for it, so here we are. Claudia says, my name is weird because I'm not from America or Canada, and I'm not British. I'm Slavic from Slovakia. But Claudia isn't a common name, right? I think it's common enough where I'm not pronouncing it wrong. I remember that case. Dude, that's crazy. That's a crazy case. I can't believe he did that. He served the best parts of the pig to the people at his parties. So it's like they were eating like if they were their friends. Isn't that amazing? That's crazy. I'm just like, wow. People be crazy up in here. I wonder if he ate the pigs after too. Uh, I think it's kind of messed up. I think it's okay. Well, I don't know if it's messed up because I always make this joke too. So maybe I'm just as messed up as this guy because he was, I think it's, I don't know if it's okay, but if you're a serial killer, I feel like if you're gonna be a cannibal, it was your choice to be a cannibal, you know, to eat human. That's like your choice. But then it's not okay for you to force other people to eat human when they didn't have a choice in the matter. But maybe that's what he gets off on. But then again, I made this joke. Subbed Logan thinks it's funny. Oh, you love my what tattoo? My this tattoo? Okay. I do make this joke about when Billy dies, and then I host a wake for his party. I mean, for his celebrate the life of my cat. One day I will be like serving people soup at the wake, and then I'll be like in doing the eulogy, I'll be like, he was so sweet in death, life and in death, and then I'll like feed it to everyone. So I guess I kind of have the same kind of fucked up psychology as the Canadian serial killer. But my bad. Okay, okay. Yes, I'm new. How's your day, Logan? It's good. I'm back. Oh my god, it died. I'm back. Get those dark humor subs. I know. I collect a lot of weird people, but don't worry, I'm weird too. I mean, obviously, I told you. I don't know if you guys were there to hear the story about my cat and how I want to feed my cat to the people at the wake for my cat, but that was the joke. That I'm kind of like that. Anyways, I don't know if Taku, sorry, if is here, but he wanted to see all of my tattoos. Maybe someday. Maybe someday. Logan, okay. I don't know if I had another joke. Oh, I did. I do collect a lot of people here who are interesting people. They be interesting. And they donate to my what do I call that? Cash App account, which I'm very grateful for, all these supporters. But then I do get people who want more. Hi Y6Q, how are you? They do want more than like what I can offer. You know, obviously I'm married and I have a kid and I don't have time for a relationship as well as a friendship. Like I don't have time for any of that. But like sometimes they do want more, and then they support me financially, and then a part of me is like, damn, like okay, I think I've said, I don't know if I told you this joke, but then the joke was like I saw someone give me like more than $100. I was like, whoa, I haven't even put out yet. I was like, wow. Like that surprised me. Anyways, I'm good. I go by Jado. Thank you for telling me, Jado. Jado. I'm sorry. Thank you for telling me though. Anyways, and then it gave me like it's my first time. You know, I haven't live streamed for very long. I only live stream once a week, and it's for like I've only been doing this for like a few months where people are actually engaged and sending me money. So then I don't know how to react, you know? It made me feel like it's so easy to be susceptible. First, you become an influencer, and then second, you become an OF model, and then third, you become like basically a hooker. Like it's so easy to go down the line. I think if you were, I don't know if anyone here can relate to any of this, but like hopefully someone out there who is an aspiring influencer and sees that they have opportunities to slide down that way to become a sex worker, I hope they know that is just one slippery slope to being fed to like to pigs. Just kidding. I don't think so. But I would also say you can prevent all that from happening. Like I don't think it's bad to reach out to your supporters and saying huge thank you for like supporting me, whatever. But I also would tell them like, hey, I don't have time to have a friendship or a relationship with anyone. And then I would also say, if you still want like to support me on Patreon, which I will have to start one soon, eventually, and then say like I'll have a members only live stream. I could do things like that, but like only once a month. Like that's as much time as I can afford for people, because I just want to create. I don't have time to be a sex worker. I don't have time to be an OF model. I wish I could do it all, but I know I don't have it in me. And that's okay. Honestly, like, and even if it's okay, I don't shit on anyone. I don't think it's right to shame sex workers or OF models, because I'm like, well, there's a lot of men who also watch it, and we barely shame any of them. Why do we always shame the women? So I don't know about that. But yeah, I don't have time. I don't choose to make time to do any of that. But just it made me think it's so easy to be susceptible as a woman to like, yeah, to being like almost being like pig food eventually. I digress. I'm sorry. I don't know if anyone related to any of that. You had to be there for the first joke. Okay, I'm good. I go by J Doe, right? Either is fine. You are very pretty. Thank you. Cannot relate. I'm a hairy dude. Oh, that sucks. No one can relate to this. Anyone on my audience can relate. Who here can relate to being a hairy dude? I can relate to being a hairless woman. I'm not super hairless, but like I'm Asian, so like there's no hair on the arms, very little hair on the legs, kind of thing. Okay, sorry. Okay, true. No OF for me. Sorry, Jado. Jado, you don't have the opportunity to be an OnlyFans model. If only, okay, how many of you men out there, if you had the opportunity, would be a worker or an OF model? Would you guys do that? You'd be like, I would have done it for free. I bet a lot of men would say something like that. Yeah, I put my schlong on the internet for free. I would have done that anyways. Okay, I'm sorry. Claudia says on stream where there are two people and they say secrets to each other and don't say anything, and then they say good thing no one hear the secret, and then I go to the chat and say, well, I did. Claudia, you're funny. Unfortunately, there's 7 people on the stream, and I spread this even if it's on the stream. My streams, usually I collect some of the streams and I try to like make them into shorts, so they'll be on forever, so anyone could see them. So you could tell I'm not the type to keep secrets up in here. Claudia says they are so surprised, like, you are in here and the whole time, and I'm like, yes. Oh my god, Claudia, you are funny. You're like a fly on the wall, and that's okay. Okay, the streamer to pig food pipeline. That's what I'm saying. Okay, I'm a hairy dude. I would. Would you be a sex worker? Totally, right? I would do it. See, that's what I'm saying. Every man here would do it. So why would you shame women for like being sex workers or being an OF model? You know, you guys, it'd be so easy. Be like, I've been like wanting someone to look at my schlong all day long anyways. Finally, someone who wants to. Kind of like that. Okay, 71. Hi. Or I'm going to Pirolino. Okay. Yes, for free. Logan. I collect a lot of strange people here. I will stop with the jokes, but I'm just saying, for women, if you're susceptible to that, you know, like you can make your dreams happen without having to go down that route. And yes, I know I create smut. Yes, my books are smutty, but they're also like it's not OF. That's all I'm saying. It's not OF. Okay, moving on. I don't have that much to talk about. I did want to ask you guys questions. What was the question? It was about love. Do you guys have relationships? Or has it been so long since you had a relationship? Let's see. Oh my god, I had a whole thing. I don't know where it is. This, give me a second. Oh my. Do you think anyone, Okay, is there someone in your life that you were with romantically that you can't still stop thinking about? And it's been like, I don't, it doesn't have to be years, but oh my God, you can see how sweaty I am. I'm so hot. You don't even have to share. If you don't want to share, you don't have to share. But if you guys want to share, you can. There's also, what else would I say? Do you think getting with someone and then breaking up with them, do you feel like you learned a lot about yourself? And did you learn how to be a better in a relationship in a better way after breaking up with them? Do you feel like they broke up with you and you were like, God, I could have been better and I'm gonna try to be better in my next relationships? Do you ever think like that? I always think like that. And I think they don't like that I think like that because they're probably like, what the fuck? Why do I get the shitty version of you? And I'm like, tis life, you know, you got the younger version of me. That's why you got the shittier version of me. You can't get mad at me. Sorry. I have a little, I don't know, these rib cages things and it hurts. It's poking at the side of my armpit. So sorry. So I keep poking at it. Carlos says hi. Hi. I think when I said I listen secrets on streams in groups, it just invented it and now everyone wants to do it, I think. You think you are a trendsetter, and that's cool. I mean, you probably are. I've never thought of doing that. So that is, I'll probably try to do that from here on out. I don't know anyone that's talking on stream that's trying to keep it a secret though, because a part of me is like, you online. Why would you think you're making it's gonna be a secret? I still think of my first girlfriend. Your very first girlfriend? Why? Do you feel like you fucked up? Or do you feel like she was the one that got away? Or what is it about her? Ooh, I love that. Thank you for sharing, Caster. Appreciate it. Jado says, I have an ex-girlfriend that I think about what could have been. Each relationship makes you stronger. My definition of stupid is doing the same thing over again, expect different results. I agree with that. What about your ex-girlfriends that you feel like that's the one that you think about, you know, versus like everyone else that you've dated? I mean, both you and Caster. And then I agree with that. I feel like I was a really shitty girlfriend in the beginning, and I would have to say it's not my fault. I was young, you know, your brain's still developing. I didn't have good relationship models growing up, and so I had to learn through mistakes. And yeah, let me tell you a mistake I've made several times. I used to break up with men a lot, chronically. It would be like I didn't want to be abandoned, so I would abandon you first. I always did that, and I don't think that was fair to them, but I think I was so fear driven. Like it would be like I felt fearful in the moment. Either they were flirting with someone or I thought they were because I'm Vietnamese and it's easy for Vietnamese women to be a little bit more crazy. And then I would just break up first because I don't want to lose face. That was a really big thing. I still think I have a hard time getting rejected or losing face. Less hard than before, but like I don't want to be like that anymore. Like I would want, if my husband ever died, which, you know, knock on wood, if he ever died, I would want to be able to choose a guy that I really loved, that something like there was something to risk, you know? Like I couldn't want to be with someone because it was safe. I don't want to do that anymore. You know, I want to be with someone because if I got a chance to choose, I would want to choose first. And then I want to choose something that I truly was like, I wanted that, you know? Which is really scary because if you wanted that, that means you put your heart on the line, which is so vulnerable. I've never done it before. So, yeah, anyways, let's see. Claudia says, I have an ex nobody. I have an ex nobody and now I'm with nothing and me and nothing go outside on walks. You sound like you're in a happy relationship with nobody, and I feel like you're rocking it with nobody, and nobody probably, you know, knows you really well. I like that, actually. Probably can get you where you need to go when it comes sexually because you're with nobody. You don't have to tell them what you like. You just kind of know. Okay, go Claudia. I enjoyed that. I love that. That was funny as shit. I broke up because we had different life paths, expectations. She wanted kids now. I was turning my life around and wanted to wait. Oh. Ah. Hmm. Why do you think what could have been? Are you saying if she could have waited a little bit more, maybe you guys would have had a good life together? I wonder too. You know, life is so fascinating. I feel like you can bump into a bunch of people all the time, um, and then things don't work out. And I used to think it was really sad. You know, you like lots of people think you either win or lose a relationship. And I'm just like, why do you think like that? You know, like everyone can benefit from how long you've spent together. Even if it didn't last a long time, it could have been really meaningful. But I feel like that's with friendships. I feel like that's so much easier to say with friendships. With relationships, I don't know if that's easier to say because you always could think of a future you would have had with them. Like, oh, you know what would be so painful? I don't know if you're married yet, Jado, but like imagine like you marry someone else, but then they're not that person and you keep thinking of that other person. So then like anytime they do something that makes you suffer a little bit, you suffer even more because you think, what would that person do? You know, and that would be so hard. It would be like, say someone makes your wife, your current wife, your reality wife, like frowns on the way you do dishes. And then you think that my ex wouldn't have done that. Or she doesn't want to give you BJs anymore. And then you think my ex would have loved to give me BJs. And then it starts becoming like the story in your head that like I would have been happier with my ex. But that sucks because that's not necessarily true. I'm sure your ex would also have her own problems, or your relationship with your ex would have their own problems. You know, everything looks better in a fantasy than it actually does in real life, you know? I feel like that's also why a lot of people who have affairs, after they actually get with their affair and like they stay with their affair a long, long time, or they live with their affair, like the person they had an affair with, they realize it's the fantasy's gone, you know, the reality is back, and they don't really like the reality they're in sometimes. Okay, the knock on wood was for which outcome? For my husband surviving, obviously. No, that's fucked up. I fucking love my husband. Like, I hope he lives forever. Caster, always making jokes. I am going through a divorce right now, and I have learned a lot about what I do not want to happen. I am 2 times my ex size, and she is 100 times meaner. And are you 100? Are you twice as hairy? 3 times as hairy? What have you learned that you don't want to happen next time? I want to know because since you're going through a divorce, divorces are painful. I'm sorry you're going through that. I was listening to this divorce attorney say that a lot of people think of the marriage as a failure, but he was saying that he would prefer that everyone thinks of it as successful for a specific amount of time. So say you were happily married for like 3 years, it was still very happy for those 3 years. And I like that kind of thinking, just in case you're going through it and thinking like, I'm my marriage failed, but you didn't. You had, most people also, it's not an easy thing to have a relationship go on for a long time. Sometimes you guys try your best and then you still just grow apart, and hasn't, maybe you both, I wouldn't say anyone's the bad guy in the relationship. Okay, let's see. Claudia says, I broke up with nobody because he cheated on me with someone so we broke up and now I have nothing. Oh my God, Claudia. Hey, can you sub? Because I enjoy your company. Let's see. That bitch cheating on you with somebody? Fuck that. You're so much hotter than somebody. Well, you know what? Fuck nobody. Good riddance. May they get old and fat together. Nobody and somebody get old and fat together. Okay, I'm done. Thank you. That was really funny. Yes, I think with my ex-girlfriend, we had a good connection. So she would have waited. If she would have waited, we would have been had a better life. She's not as mean as my ex-wife exactly. Not as mean. Why exactly? What was that about? Um, yeah, but she chose not to, you know? And that's okay. It sucks, but it's okay. She chose not to wait. And I know it sucks how the cookie crumbles, but also maybe there's something exciting about moving forward, you know? Maybe you get to find new people, you know, like learn to date again, try again. Connect with new people, you know. Maybe you can find someone that's your connection with your ex was great. Maybe you could find someone with a better connection than that. Maybe, you know, there's endless possibilities. Oh, Doe and I nailed down the coffin about the comparison thing. Can you increase your volume, please? Can everyone hear me okay? I'm worried that nothing will cheat on me with something, and they will have half baby half of something. Claudia, if they cheat on you with if nothing cheats on you with something and has half babies with half of something, those babies are gonna be beautiful, because you know biracial children are always, they be looking good. Now I sound like a pedophile. I just mean like aesthetically they are better looking children. Okay. I subbed. Yay. Good. I'm glad, Claudia. But I know you can't be a fly on the wall. You have to participate because you have it good when you participate. I enjoy it when you participate. 100% Harrier, my ex-wife, is very controlling and wanted to control everything. I gave her my entire paycheck. Ooh, can I be your next wife? Next time I need to set boundaries and keep control of my finances. No, 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 no. That's not what you learn in this, okay? In this, you learn that you have to give more money to your next wife. That's the lesson, okay? I will be your next wife and you have to give more money than that. Okay. Was she controlling because she was fearful, or was she controlling because she wanted to spend all your money? Like some people who keep all the money, they're fearful you're not going to keep all your money. They're fearful that you're not going to be good at your finances. Sometimes that's the case. Like I don't want to paint your wife as an awful person. Though, I mean, yeah, I mean, the controlling thing isn't that great though. But yes, we all, maybe you'll find someone, you could probably tell there's signs that they're controlling. Or I think the biggest thing when you're trying to find the right person is that, like, it's not that you find familiar love, because everyone can find familiar love and be all fucked up because they found familiar love. I think you have to find people, there's red flags. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, you go to dinner together and then like they say something snippy about you and then you're like, "Ooh, that was a red flag. I didn't like that." You tell them about it and then they gaslight you. You're like, "Ooh, that's a red flag too." Versus like someone, if you told them about it and then they like hear you out and try to change and like hear you out and take accountability for their actions, then you kind of want to work with someone like that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I can hear you fine. Okay, well, then I'm sorry for whoever couldn't hear me before. My dad is dead. That's his name. And my mom is alive. My grandma is life. And my grandpa is death. I swear this is about to be like a funny story. Daredevil says, how tall are you? How tall men do you usually date? Daredevil, I am 5'4". I'm tall for an Asian woman. I know a lot of people do not like that because like I feel like everyone thinks I'm a short person because I'm 5'4", but I'm tall amongst my Asian friends, my Asian girlfriends. Let's see. My husband's 5'5". So that will tell you that I liked short men growing up. I find that if you're a short man and you're confident in yourself, I find that very sexy. I feel like men who are tall don't earn their confidence. They just have it because they're like kind of bullies, or they're kind of like, they're just so fucking tall, you know, they throw you places, you know, and I don't like that. I'm just like, can you earn your confidence? So then when I was younger, I preferred shorter men. Now I just prefer my husband, if that helps. I have Jado says, I have been talking to a Filipina ladies. With Filipina ladies? Girls? Damn, lots of women? What, you player? All right. Jado got some swag. Okay, online, and they are extremely sweet and beautiful. For some reason, I am attracted to the Philippines. I am attracted to the Philippines to find a wife. You do you. I mean, okay, what was your ex-girlfriend's ethnicity? What's your ex-wife's ethnicity? And you could totally find a woman from the Philippines, but she might take all of your money. I heard a story of a friend. I have two friends, actually. One friend, he married his wife from the Philippines, but she was genuine and she moved to America. I had another story where his friend wanted to find someone, so she had a friend from the Philippines and she introduced him. But they only talk online, and then like he sends money to their family, to her family. They married each other. He sends money to her family, but she doesn't want to move to America. She's kind of swindling him. So be careful. I'm just saying, you can still be attracted. I'm sure there's wonderful people in the Philippines, but there will be people out there who want to just like take your money. And you don't want that same situation happening to you again. Like you even said, like learn from your own mistakes, right? So then like you don't want it to happen a second time. Just be mindful. That's all. That's all I would say. You have to prove 4, 5, 4. Why do I have to prove anything? I have to prove nothing to any of you guys. You know, you could even think anything of me. I don't fucking care. You could think I'm a man. Someone on this like live stream the other day said I was a transvestite, and I was like, I don't fucking care. Go ahead and think I have a penis. Who the fuck cares? It's not on me to whip it out for you, to show you the mystery box for whatever it's worth. I'm sorry. Yes, anyways. What is tall for a man? I don't know what's tall for a man. I don't know. I mean, these days women have very high criteria. Like a lot of women I know want to date 5'11 plus. And I'm just like, wow, there's not enough 5'11 men out there. So I don't know what's tall for a man. And I don't even care. Like, do you care, Daredevil? Yeah. I think if you have a great personality, like you shouldn't. I don't really care. I'm kind of not that shallow. I like men that I connect with, you know, personally. I don't really care if they're attractive or not. My dad makes jokes about being idiot, like idiots don't go to school. They go to idiot school where you play video games. So I want to be an idiot now. Well, that makes sense. I would want to be an idiot too. Just kidding. I don't really play games. There are red flags that I ignored. My ex-wife grew up in China, and I think she grew up in a bad environment. She wants to have everything a certain way. She's a tiger mom to my daughter. I'm so sorry. I hate tiger moms. Are you Asian, Jado? I'm curious. The tiger mom issue is a good and bad thing. I agree. It's a very complicated issue. But I also feel like you don't need a mom to be a coach. You want them to be a mom. You know what I mean? Like they don't have to, yes, you want to cultivate all the potential from your child, but they have to be willing and able to cultivate it too. And also, I've learned that like in my own career, I want to enjoy the time I'm doing, you know, like I don't want to be hustling. Just because society tells you that you have to hustle, just because society makes you feel like the world's changing, and it can be a really scary thing. The world is changing and you have to change along with it, but also you also have a way to participate, you know, like I think about live streaming, and I've decided I'm not going to live stream as much as other people. I'm going to live stream once a week, And I'm only gonna post shorts 3 times a week, and I'm gonna maybe do a long form video once a month, because that's the terms and conditions that I want to put into the relationship I have with my work. I feel like that should be how your child, like your daughter, my daughter too, like I want to support her in her growth. I want her to enjoy the work she does. I want her to, do it, but I also want her to not feel like she's a slave to her own work, like if your tiger mom is like something, if I think about that one person, the ice skater, I don't know her name, the ice skater who won the gold medal. Like she had a tiger dad, and she hated the ice skating for so long, because even though she enjoyed it in the beginning and it was something she was talented at, and then she had to come back with her own terms and agreements, and then she enjoyed it, and you could see it in her face. And I feel like that's what you want. I know it's hard to get there. I feel like it's not hard to get there if you give yourself permission, but no one gives themselves permission to get there. And you have to go through a lot of therapy to like be like, I deserve to have a good time with my work. I don't think I have to, and I'm not a slave to my work. And yeah, the world is changing and it can be scary, but we have to just take it day by day, kind of thing. Let's see. Claudia says, the only way a man can be tall is if he's named tall. That's the only way. Because if they are tall, then they are tall, I guess so. Um, I feel like poor Daredevil had to be timed out. I mean, we were just talking about tall things. I hope it wasn't offensive when I was telling him that I didn't care about tall things. Apparently, I wonder if it was offensive, right, Claude? Like, right, Caster? I don't know. Everyone is serious, and I just make jokes while they tell real world stories. That's fine with me. I love the energy. Trent is here. I had not what would be called a midlife crisis, but a real questioning about how society is growing and how all of the new generations is so differently taught, and which just watching society as it interacts. You said I had not what you would call a midlife crisis. So you kind of felt like it was a midlife crisis, because I feel like that's where you were going with that. So you kind of worried about how society's going to be, huh? Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I don't. I think it's kind of chaotic. Yeah, yeah. Nothing I can say that's positive there. With each other bit, it passed Mao, whatever. I don't know what you're saying. My daughter is likely going to be a physician on a full ride, but she has a lot of anxiety, and she is my princess, and my ex-wife says I'm an enabler. I think, I think it's hard to be a physician. I feel like these days no one wants to be a physician. I think that's something you should think about when you're like thinking about doing her, like if she plans to be a physician. She has to really enjoy it, if we find a lot of meaning in it, because it's really painful. A lot of people, like, it's a lot on your mental health. You have a lot of responsibility on you. You could like fuck up someone's life, as a physician. You have a lot of student loans. You have to do a lot of schooling. Something to think about. I'm just saying. I heard that like physicians are out. Like I know I have a lot of pharmaceutical friends, and they have a lot of doctor friends, and they say like they're not getting any dates because no one wants to, like, they don't spend any time when you're working all day all the time. You don't have any time to spend on dating other people. So then that's kind of a, so I heard physicians are out. I'm just saying, I don't know. I feel like I make dad jokes. That's fine. I enjoy it a little. Oh, Trent. But you like dad jokes, so I like my jokes. You should like your jokes. They're funny. Trent, let's see. I hear a lot of things about like Gen Z not being able to read. Gen A also, yeah, having a hard time learning. I feel like with ChatGPT too, but I feel like, God, I don't think it's on parents to teach kids to learn to think for themselves. It shouldn't be only on parents, but I also feel like my kid will be okay because I ask her questions. Like if she has problems, I'm like, oh, that sucks. What are you gonna do about your problem? I always tell her that because I want her to critically think for herself, even with ChatGPT. Because I use ChatGPT, but I'm like, it's a tool. You can use it, but you have to critically think so that you can use it in a way that it'll work for you. And that like I would use the same thing if she asks me, why do I have to learn to do math? I would be like, you're right, we have a calculator. I don't know. But you will have to learn how to critically think. I feel like that's an important skill that you will have to learn. There are nuances to everything. I don't know. Let's see. Jado says, yeah, it's hard but I am a pharmacist and she has a bunch of family members that are in the medical profession. Oh, okay. You know, I don't know if it's hard when your wife is a tiger mom, and it's hard when if you I don't know if you enable her. You say your wife says that. If you're like still just kind to her as you try to push her to do what. I think it's a balance, but I think it has to be a balance, not between one person that is a disciplinary and another person that is like spoiling their kid. It should be a balance in between, like you both have to meet in the middle where you're not, you discipline your kid and you're kind to your kid, and your wife learns to be warm to her as well as being a disciplinary. I hope that happens because I feel like that's the only way your kid will grow up a little bit more healthy. And it sucks to be a parent because you have to grow as a person all the fucking time, but it's part of parenthood. Life sucks and then we die. Who's Jen? Is that AI? Did you name your kids all Gen A and B? No, just Gen, like Gen Alpha, Gen Z. Yeah, Gen is just generation. So Generation Z, Generation A is maybe it's a Slavic thing that you're not like, yeah, this is American terms, maybe. I think so. Jado says ChatGPT and AI definitely hallucinates. Math is good for your brain. Math is okay for your brain. I feel like algebra is good for your brain, because you had to learn like how to use formulas, not just formulas, like just like I get why algebra is helpful. I just don't understand why adding and subtracting is helpful. If we could just, I mean, I get the basics, like you have to learn from like numbers at first, and then eventually you could use variables, but like eventually the whole point is that you can use variables, and the variables is where it's at. Okay, sorry. Okay. Jado says, I am kind to her. My wife has high expectations. I am my daughter's rock that she can get some shelter. That's fair. I'm sorry about your mom, your wife. I feel like if one person is hard and she's not willing to learn, um, she needs some therapy. I feel like that's it. But like, if she's not willing to learn, then you kind of feel powerless because your kid will still be scarred because of the trauma from your wife, and you can't do anything about it because it's your wife is still her mother. So that sucks. I mean, yeah. I feel like that was similar to my mom. Like I was pretty traumatized with my dad being like abandoning us, but then she couldn't do anything about it because my dad abandoned us. There's nothing. She's surviving on her own. But like, anyways, I was just thinking about that. Like, it's hard to watch your kids suffer and there's nothing you can do about it because they will still need to have that kind of baggage from their parents. This has always helped me after growing a little bit. I like to think that, but this is my own religious thing. It's not anyone, I'm not trying to push this on anyone. Please don't, like, you have your own religious thing. I love that. Please, everyone should have their own religious beliefs. I'm not here to push mine, but I like to believe that my daughter came into my life so that she could teach me how to be less perfect and to love wholeheartedly, and be like, and deal with my own shame and perfectionism, and things like that. And I suspect that I came into her life and my husband came into her life because her soul picked us specifically so we can traumatize her in the specific way that only we know how. I know this sounds crazy, but like, because it's like, to me, I believe in souls and I believe in reincarnation and I believe in that kind of stuff. But I believe that she picked us because she can traumatize us in that her own specific way. And we can traumatize her in our own specific way so that we can all grow together out of that trauma, if that makes sense. Because I think about my father and how he abandoned me, but that was for me to learn that I am worthy even though he wasn't around. He did leave me, but now that I'm older, I can see that it wasn't even about me. I was just a baby. What can I have done that like would have changed the fact that he left? No. There's nothing. It was because of other reasons he's left. And I had to learn that and grow as a person. And I feel like that was very healing. Like I needed to go through that. I don't know why I needed to go through that, but I feel like I needed to. So maybe, I don't know if this will help you, but like maybe your daughter needed a tiger mom who can traumatize her so that one day she had to learn to be less anxious on her own, like be her own mother in that specific way, where she can learn to be warm and like and kind to herself when she's growing and learning and like, being human. I don't know. That's just my thing. Okay, here's a joke. One girl in school, let me see if I can replace this so that everyone see it. One girl in school meets this weird guy that has crush on her, and he says, "What's your surname?" And she says, "You." He says back, and he says back, "And what's your name?" And she says, "Fuck." That's funny. Math helps you think logically. Fair. I need therapy. Who doesn't, T-Row? Who doesn't? Yeah, I'm proud of you for admitting it. Me too. I need therapy. Lord knows your girl's crazy. Oh my God, thank you, Rashika. I appreciate your kind thoughts. Super gorgeous. Oh, thank you. Silver Slug says he left because you don't what? That was funny. No, Caster. I was gonna read that. That was funny to me. He left because you don't got something. I don't know what the DT, whatever. That was really funny. Oh, I'm sorry, Caster. That was funny. That philosophy is beautiful. I definitely think we meet people for a reason. My father abandoned me also, but that is a crazy story. Ooh, well, actually, I have to leave, but Jado, please subscribe if you want to come back. I would love to hear your story about your abandonment issues. I too have my own abandonment issues, but we can commiserate together. I have to leave soon because I'm going to swim with my kid. Why so many people deleted their chats? They can't be that bad. Oh, Claudia. Oh, Claudia, you don't even know. I don't know. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of negativity online. You've been online? Like sometimes I'll just watch Asian food, street vendors making food, and people will just be like throwing up emoji all the time. And I'm just like, why are you yucking my yum? That looks delicious to me. And yeah, it looks like it's like kind of dirty, and it's still yummy looking, but there's a lot of negativity. So my mods, they know what's up. I feel like they know what's up. Okay, let's see. My ex-girlfriend I wish I stayed with was white, but she kind of looks Asian. I am white. Thanks for telling me. I was so curious. That was going to kill me. I will come back. Go swimming. Thank you. Yes, subscribe. I love seeing you guys. My dad left me too when I was born. Why is everyone's dads leaving them? It's so messed up. The bar for dads are like right here. I mean, yeah, yum must be yummy because it's named Yum. Claudia. Okay. Lahiru says hi. Hi. I'm sorry. I loved hanging out with everyone. I am gonna leave now. You want to get high? I don't do that anymore. I need to stay lean, and so I can't get high. But thank you for asking. Maybe someone else in the community would like to get high with you. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna go now. But thank you guys all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next Friday, probably around the same time, like this afternoon kind of situation. It's just because my daughter's home for summer and this is where we're at, okay? And we have to be in the bedroom because, you know, that's where we're at. I know you were joking, kind of, not really. It's hard because it was just a question. I just answered it. But thank you for telling me. Jado, Bycaster, Jado says, you are awesome. Glad to meet you. Glad to meet you too. All right. Stay cool, guys. Bye.